So I'll take the webcam off. I'll stream with webcam once I get the replay. Because what I'm going to do is you can't pause the replay. So I'm going to just play it through on stream and then go to the past broadcast and have the video up. And then I'll be able to pause it while and I'll put webcam up for that. So let's just find it. See all these games I played? 94 pages worth of games. That includes games that lasted like 10 seconds. They're all saved. So this is the only GM on the entire list. My only GM. Alright, I'm going to play it through so that we have some video of it. Start out just dropping things as fast as I can, not caring where they go at all. Because I know that it's always easy to fix a stack like after, you know, within the first 200, 300. I've got it down to where I don't care where the first couple hundred go, they just need to go down fast. And preferably not get me into a situation where I have to clear a bunch of singles. So you see I got one gap in this stack, it's pretty good. I don't care about that. In fact, it saves like a frame every time I drop a piece because it holds up the bottom there. So I'm just making the stack higher to save drop time. Yeah, still not going for Tetrises. I just don't want the pieces to have to drop too far. Keep the stack nice and clean there. Yeah, see it coming, get everything going. I think overall there's a lot of safe playing in this round. There's a little slow tuck there, but I know that as long as I get to 100 yeah, it's like sub 120 is really fast for my standards. I'm usually okay with anything sub 130, thinking I'll still be able to get GM. So seeing a 116 there without the blocks being all the way at the bottom too, so I still had some stack to get some faster levels. I wasn't worried at all with that time. By my standards, it's actually quite fast. See a little decision making there. We're getting the pieces that we need. So it's all going relatively fast. I make another hole there. It actually lets us build higher, but I decide to clean it up as fast as I can. Like, going for really risky time-saving strats is not necessary for me. Nice little T-spin to clear out that there. And now we're back at open well for Tetrises. So I pop one of those in, get a little bit closer to 200. It's nicer to have the stack higher when you get 200 so that the pieces that have gone back as slow as possible don't have too far to fall. So I build the stack up. It costs us a bit because we're stuck at 99 for a while, but that split also is at sub 120. I like that one to be sub 110 though. That one's like the fastest split usually, 100 to 200. Sometimes I can get some faster ones at 3 to 4 or 4 to 5. But it's a pretty decent pace right now. 2.5 minutes in the first 200 is not bad for me by my standards. And we didn't get too many single clears, a little misdrop there, but it's only give us, if you get the long bar, it'll only give you one whole gap, easy to clear. I just decide to clear as much as I can here. So we get a lot of single line clears there, which slows us down. But it was more out of safety than speed concerns. I just wanted to have a clean stack here for this next part when it starts getting faster again. I didn't exactly get the best piece drops there, but I can plan out piece drops like that to where they don't hurt me too bad. Here you need 2 long bars, so I just decided to make another gap because I'm not going to wait for 2 long bars. And now we're building higher in the slightly faster section here, trying to get to 300 quickly, so I'm clearing singles because I don't want to be stuck on a 99. We're getting really good pieces. This is like so much safety going on in this entire run. Like, we get the pieces that clear out the gaps with such little effort. It's just really nice to get all that during this. And now the piece is dropping a little faster. From 2 to 3, we had a 1:15. 3 minutes 45 seconds. at split number 3 is totally good for me. I think the only other time I ever got 999 in this game, I hit 300 at like 4.5 minutes or something. So like I'm a minute ahead of the last time and I've been doing this every game I play now. I've been getting like fast enough to get GM by over a minute by the time I hit 300. Like the pace is over a minute ahead of needing GM. And that was a slow slide down there, like a lot of safety. And I got that clear to get 400. That was perceptive, because I could have just put the orange piece down and not cleared for 400 there. So that's a good split, 109. For my standards, very good. And we're still under 500, so I can shift the square there. That was nice. That was a nice... Making sure I'm not doing as few misdrops as I can, or like a few of my ideas not pulled off as I can, and I get a nice little flat clear there. And I'm trying to play fast at this point, because I know that my time's good enough, and I just want to put stuff down, but I'm also playing pretty safe, making sure everything goes where I decided to put it. No surprise placements here. So sometimes I'll adjust for an extra, you know, half second or so on a piece placement. Yeah, that one was kind of a mistake. But I knew it wasn't going to be that detrimental once I locked it in. So I kept playing safe. Giving myself a nice little, I could have put one of those blues down there to make a flatter stack and a higher clear, but we were close to 500, I was under a little pressure. I just wanted to clear safely. And this is so good. This is like I'm playing instant gravity mode. We have no mistakes, or you know, no gaps in our stack right when we hit instant gravity. So it's just like when I practice. So this is like an ideal situation for me. And I don't even have to play very fast, because I know I'm on good enough pace to get GM without ripping it too hard. Like I can watch every piece go down, lock it in manually, and not feel terrified. We're stacking a little high here. We just haven't gotten a lot of good clearing pieces. It's not looking too good for me. I don't like how I've had to put garbage on the right-hand side, but it's the best place to put garbage. So just lots of garbage on the right-hand side, but this is, like, you'll see how it's able to be cleared out. It's a real good strategy to do it like this. You can just shift things to the side. Now I'm ready for a Tetris well. All the garbage has now turned into a Tetris well on the right-hand side. And clear it with a triple there. I could have set up a Tetris there. Watching the replay now, seeing a mistake. That definitely was a misdrop, but it's still fixable with a T-spin here. And we actually get a T, so it works out well. And I leave a space there for the purple. That was a really good play. That kept us really safe and took us to 600. And we get some nice pieces, like really graceful pieces here. I remember feeling very fortunate. And even that, we can just do an easy overhang. So I'm still really set up. We're clearing back down. So like we get a Tetris right here. We can clear more down, and then a double there to clear more down. Then we got absolutely no gaps going into 650. So this is some of the best instant gravity play I've done, and it was needed. You know, you need to do it to get GM. A little pyramid stacking. So we got a 3 vertical gap in the 5th column. That's pretty much the worst place to do it. But the good news is it can be skimmed. So we're gonna try and skim it, I think, throughout the next 700 is where we're at. So like for the next little bit, we're gonna skim so that we can stay safe through to the end of the game. That's where I'm sitting at. And yeah, we got some good skimming items there. And by items, I mean blocks. And there we go. I kept it high so I could put the blue over there in case it came, and it did. We have to leave that there. It's fine by me. We couldn't put the T on that side, so we had to do that. Now we've left a line there, a space for a line. So I'm putting a gap on the right-hand side again. And putting the line in the 4th column, not so bad, helps. We're still like building on top of. This is what happens when you have gaps in the 5th column. You just build on top of yourself. which is okay as long as you can keep skimming. And see, here we do. I just decided to pull that all the way over there. And now we're just waiting for an orange. We get it. Now I can clear the entire 5th column, except I fail on that. If I had pressed the other rotation button, it wouldn't have messed up. And I knew I had nowhere else to put that purple, so I just decided to keep stacking. Now our 5th column gap is only 2 vertical, and we can get it ready to clear very easily here. Even when we keep stacking on top of it, it's not going to get higher and higher and higher. You know, we'll clear eventually. I decided not to give myself a forced long bar on that. Just cleared it out. Now we're at 800, still trying to skim down, but still below halfway up. So 800 below halfway up in instant gravity, a really good feeling. My heart's pounding at this point for sure, because I know it's like this is a build that can get to the end. So I keep clearing down. It's just amazing. Stack slightly up in the 5th column there, and then clear it back down. We're only 3 blocks above the bottom when it comes to stacks without gaps. This is really close to the bottom for this late in the game for me. Usually I'm struggling to survive, much worse than this. You see we're getting some bad placements. Great clears there. I've made really good decisions on the orange. And now I can fill in most of that. I probably could have done a better job filling that, but I leave a gap in the 6th column partway up the screen. And we still have pretty good setup for clearing. Look at that. That's almost a Tetris. Now I can finally use a T-block that way and block a hole there. And now, boom. I've set it up so a long bar will drop in the 6th column and really help clear us out there. There, I get it. Works perfectly. And now we keep clearing down. It just looks so good. Now our 5th column is open. I clear it as fast as I can, and we're 900 with no gap, 1 gap, which feels like so safe. And that's why this is where like you're breathing heavy and you're really like, this actually, this is actually gonna be GM. If I just play 100 levels of instant gravity without messing up, which I always do. I can consistently get through 100 levels if there are no mistakes at the start of the board. So I'm like, this is like, you choke it. If I messed this up, it would have been a choke, and I would have known it. I was set up for that and that. You saw the T there and the long bar. I'll pause and do that when I rewatch the video. Because I was ready for so much stuff. I was ready for any of this, and I knew I could stack high because all I had to do was get to 100 levels. Like we were done. I probably could have done some more crazy stuff, but there's a Tetris. It's pushing us up in levels, but not up in the field. We've got lots of extra space to stack blocks on just to get ourselves to that 999. I'm trying to always have like an available line clear up, but it's kind of messing up here. So I'm really just trying to stack in a way to get a line clear available somehow. It's looking sketchy, but we're gonna get it right here. I only needed 1, and that's it. That's the one. That's the GM. Pretty awesome.